Imagine standing at the edge of the bleachers, watching an athlete completely dominate the competition. The gap between first place and everyone else is so big it feels like you're witnessing a superhero in action. These moments, where the margin between first and second, are part of what makes track and field unforgettable. How does someone leave the world's best athletes in the dust? What does it take to turn a competition into a one-person show? Let's first look at Sydney McLaughlin-Lavrone's performance in the 2024 Paris Olympics that was nothing short of legendary. Competing in the 400-meter hurdles, she crushed the field. She had an entire 1.5-second lead on second place as she glided to the finish line. Breaking her own world record, Sydney clocked a time that seemed almost untouchable. This was a performance for the ages, with a margin of victory of 2.89%, a huge gap in a race that typically sees finishes separated by fractions of a second. Watching her glide over hurdles was like witnessing what makes her performance even more remarkable is her consistency. She had already dominated in the 2022 World Championships, but this time, she elevated her game to a whole new level. Sydney's ability to keep improving against the world's elite highlights her as one of the most exceptional track and field athletes of all time. The 2024 Paris Olympics wasn't just her moment, it was her masterpiece, forever cementing her legacy. Wilson Kipketer's 800-meter performance at the 1997 Indoor World Championships is the epitome of middle-distance dominance. Kipketer was already considered one of the greatest 800-meter runners in history, but what he achieved in the finals of this championship remains insane. Having set a world record in the heats, the pressure was on for Kipketer to deliver in the finals, and he did so in spectacular fashion. The race began with Kipketer immediately taking control. By the halfway mark, it was clear he was running in a league of his own, steadily pulling away from the pack. His final time of 1 minute 42.67 seconds shattered his own world record, and the margin of victory, a whopping 3 seconds. For an event as short as the 800 meter, such a lead is almost insane. Kipketer's dominance wasn't just limited to this one race. In 1997, he broke the outdoor 800-meter world record 3 times, setting marks that would stand for over a decade.
Der beste Weltrekord, den es lange Zeit gab, wird hier von Wilson Kipketer.
His ability to combine speed, strategy, and mental toughness makes this performance a benchmark for greatness. The 1997 Indoor World Championships was when we knew Kipketer was untouchable at his peak. When Usain Bolt stepped onto the track at the 2009 World Championships in Berlin, fans knew they were in for a show. Bolt, already a global superstar after his 2008 Olympic performances, was determined to prove his dominance once again. The 200-meter final became the ultimate showcase of his speed. From the gun, Bolt took command of the race. By the time he hit the curve, it was clear no one could catch him. His powerful strides down the straightaway left his competitors far behind. When Bolt crossed the finish line in 19.19 seconds, he had set a new world record with a margin of victory of 0.61 seconds. For context, in most elite 200-meter races, the top finishers are separated by mere hundredths of a second, making this performance extraordinary. The quality of the field further emphasized Bolt's greatness. The second-place finisher, Alonzo Edward, ran 19.81 seconds, a time that could win gold in most other championships. Yet Bolt made it look like a routine jog. His ability to perform under pressure while delivering record-breaking results solidified his place as the greatest sprinter of all time. This race wasn't just about numbers, it was about the sheer joy and awe Bolt brought to the sport. In the 10,000-meter race at the 2017 World Athletics Championships, Alma Ayana put on a clinic in distance running. The Ethiopian star didn't just win, she dismantled the field with surgical precision. For the first third of the race, Ayana ran conservatively, staying with the pack. But once she made her move, the race was effectively over. Ayana's pace was relentless, averaging 2:49 per kilometer at one point and widening the gap with every stride. By the time she crossed the finish line, she was a staggering 46 seconds ahead of the second-place runner. In distance running, such a margin is almost unheard of. Her performance was proof of her incredible stamina and smart race strategy. Competing against some of the fastest women in history, Ayana proved that her combination of speed and stamina was unmatched. Her 2017 run remains one of the most jaw-dropping displays of distance running dominance ever. Yulima Rojas' performance at the 2022 World Championships was a groundbreaking moment in track and field history.
Oh, that is big! That is big! 15:43 is a world record!
Competing in the triple jump, Rojas was already the world record holder, but her leap of 15.74 meters was something truly extraordinary. This jump not only extended her own world record, but also left her competitors trailing by over a meter, a margin that's almost unheard of in this event. The triple jump is an event of precision, power, and technique, with most victories decided by mere centimeters. Winning by more than a meter showed Rojas' incredible talent and physical strength. Her margin of victory, calculated at 6.78%, stands as one of the largest in championship history across all events. Rojas' dominance didn't happen overnight. Years of rigorous training, technical refinement, and mental focus had brought her to this moment. Watching her jump was like watching a master at work, as she combined grace and explosive power to achieve the impossible. Her 2022 performance wasn't just about setting records. It was about inspiring future athletes to push the limits of what's possible. In the history of the triple jump, Rojas' name will forever stand tall as the greatest. Bob Beamon's long jump at the 1968 Mexico City Olympics is the stuff of legend. On his very first attempt, Beamon soared through the air and landed so far down the pit that officials had to scramble for equipment capable of measuring his jump. When the distance was finally announced, 8.90 meters, Beamon collapsed in disbelief. He had shattered the world record by 55 centimeters, a leap so extraordinary it earned the nickname Beamon-esque. His margin of victory was a staggering 71 centimeters, or 8.30%, leaving his competitors in the dust.
Robert Beamon jumps and makes sports history.
Beamon's jump was an incredible victory. His record stood for 23 years, and even today, it's considered one of the greatest athletic achievements in history. Osleitis Menendez stunned the world at the 2004 Athens Olympics with a javelin throw that pretty impressive. At the time, the markings on the field only extended to 70 meters because anything further was considered nearly impossible. Menendez shattered that perception with her very first attempt, launching the javelin 71.53 meters. This was just 1 centimeter shy of her world record set in 2001. Her performance in Athens went beyond breaking records as she pushed the sport's boundaries to entirely new heights. The silver medalist managed a throw of 65.82 meters, a distance that would have won gold in nearly every other Olympics. Yet Menendez outperformed her closest rival by over 5.5 meters, a margin of victory rarely seen in the javelin. The power and precision of Menendez's throw set her apart as a true legend. Even as women's javelin throwing has evolved, her performance in Athens remains a shining example of one of the greats. Menendez's achievement is a landmark in Olympic history, inspiring a new generation of athletes to dream bigger and aim farther. Yelena Isinbayeva's pole vault at the 2005 World Championships showcased a true display of dominance. With a 40-centimeter margin of victory, she left the competition far behind. By clearing 5.01 meters, Isinbayeva set a new world record and secured her place as the undisputed queen of the pole vault. Her performance was a perfect blend of strength, technique, and confidence. Competing against some of the best vaulters in the world, she made it look effortless. This wasn't just a win. It was a statement that left her rivals in the dust and the crowd on their feet. Isinbayeva's legacy represents a level of dominance rarely seen in sports. Her 2005 performance remains the gold standard in pole vaulting, a feat that continues to inspire athletes worldwide. The greatest blowouts in the championship history offer more than just awe-inspiring performances. They provide a lens into the exceptional capabilities of human achievement. These moments remind us of the perfect blend of preparation, skill, and timing that goes into creating such dominance. Each of these performances, whether on the track, field, or pit, transcends mere numbers. They are stories of athletes who rose to the occasion and left an indelible mark on the sport. What makes these blowouts so special is not just the margin of victory, but the context in which they occurred. These were not small meets or unchallenged fields. These were the biggest stages in the world, featuring the best competitors from across the globe. Athletes like Usain Bolt, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, and Osleitis Menendez didn't just compete. These moments also highlight the mental resilience of champions. Performing at such a high level under intense pressure highlights their exceptional skill. For fans, these blowouts are unforgettable. They remind us why we love athletics. The sheer magnitude of dominance displayed in these performances keeps us coming back, eager to witness the next chapter of sporting greatness.